So right now we are just going to chop off this section here for now, so I can make myself some more room, and we'll try to get access to the bolt directly. So these control arms are heavy duty. Still have some more cutting to do. And so now I'm just almost there, just almost cut off, so I can get the control arm out. I'm using this Bosch angle grinder tool, using a thick disc. So now I got the control arm cut off. I'm just going to take it out now. Now I'm just going to take the control arm out. This piece of crap out of here. The bushing is trapped in there. Trying to push down on the bushing as I get it out because it's trapped in there. So this is a casualty here. The bushing doesn't look as bad as when I previously inspected it, but there are some cracks. The issue is when the bushing is under load, you would be able to see that there is something wrong with it. But as soon as you take the control arm out, you may not be able to see it anymore. So usually you use a screwdriver and the go through to push the bushing to check them out. This is where I cut it off here. So now I have to figure out a solution for this, and I need to get the old bolt out, and either to match it up or to get the a brand new bolt to replace it with. So I'm going to try to figure out on how to get that bolt out and the rest of this piece. And meanwhile, I'm going to have to order a new bolt for this side. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to cut some more or grind off some more of the control arm piece. I'm going to try to open this up somehow to get access into the sleeve, and I'll need to cut the sleeve probably horizontally to get access to the bolt inside. I'm probably going to use an air hammer at the very end after I make a cut on the sleeve. But first off, I will need to get this piece out and see on what I can do. I went to the Toyota dealership to get two replacement bolts, one for this side and one for the other side, just in case. But I will need one here on this side for sure. And so this vehicle is very similar to the Matrix XRS, but some things it may be different and may not fit. But I think the bolts on these vehicles should fit the same way as on the Matrix. I've been using a carbide bit tool to grind off the rest of the metal because I'm not able to get like a cutoff wheel or anything. It's a very tight location over here, and plus the transmission is jacked up as well. So I'm just trying to improvise and see on what I'm able to do, because I don't have a cutting torch or plasma cutter or anything like that, but I do have some torches that can just like heat up stuff, but that's about it. I'm stuck with grinding wheels and the angle grinder and things like that. Right now I've been cutting and grinding away, just almost there. I'm just charging the batteries for my Milwaukee tools that I've been using. I made a line right here, a cutout. I'm going to make a deeper cut. I'm trying to get inside there, and I don't know if hopefully I can use an air hammer and break the casing loose and see if I can get into the sleeve inside there to expose the bolt, and maybe I can at least heat up or turn the bolt and see if I'm able to get it out. You don't want to apply too much force onto the bushing here, because then it's going to damage the captive nut that's inside the subframe, and you don't want to do that. So you want to be careful here. So this is what I have so far. I made a line here, so I'm gonna try to use an air hammer in an attempt to remove the pieces of metal here to get to the sleeve and see if that works. Otherwise, I'll have to keep on either grinding and or cutting down some more. It's hammer time. Just going to bring the air hammer over here and get inside. on where the and where I made the cutout or the line. So you can see here I'm making a little bit of progress here. I can see that the piece is a little bit loose now on the piece of metal. You can see the rubber a tiny bit in the inside and where I cut it open. So there is some progress now. Just need to get it down to the sleeve so I can get it. I can get the bolt out. Then we should be good to go. There is progress, so that's the good part. I'm probably going to air hammer it a tiny bit more. So now I'm just using just a screwdriver here, and you can see it's opening up a tiny bit here, so I just need to keep on working at it. So now just I move the metal piece over to the bushing part here, off camera. Just trying to move this around, just trying to get the metal in the sleeve out. I can see the bolt is a little bit exposed, but you guys may not be able to see that on camera there. So I'm just gonna try to work my way through some more on this. So what I'm gonna do here is probably make another cutout, maybe somewhere on top, so that I can get the pieces out. And earlier I did a cutout at the bottom off camera. I'm probably gonna do another one over here and cut that out, so that it will give me some room to get the pieces out. So this is where I'm at now. It's exposed here. The hole is a bit larger too. I'm probably going to have to cut another section piece in order to get the whole thing out. So now I made a cut at the bottom here, and I have to move the sleeve and turn it so I can cut on where I want to, because these pieces are in the way of trying to get the sleeve out. So I'm just gonna use the air hammer now to try to get the other pieces out. So now I got the outer piece there. Now I just need to get into the rubber bushing in the sleeve and try to get inside there. And hopefully I can get that bolt out. Just trying to get the last piece out of the way. Just a bunch of rubber pieces from the bushing. Now you can see the sleeve in here. Just going to remove the last part of the sleeve here that's hiding in the back, and then we already have it exposed here now. So after that, I might have to cut off a small part, and then probably actually we probably have to open up the sleeve in order to get access to the bolt and remove the bolt. So what I'm going to do right now is to make a cut down here and a cut here, here, and here, so we can create a window, so we're able to remove that part of the sleeve, and then hopefully we'll be able to heat it up a bit, and then knock out the rest of the sleeve. Instead of cutting it out, which may not work, I may just grind down the sleeve to the bare metal. Now I grinded down the sleeve a little bit more. You can start to see now that the bolt is being exposed a tiny bit. So now I made myself a line here. And so I'm just gonna use the air hammer to drive it through and see what happens. Make sure you go in the counterclockwise direction so that you give yourself a chance to be able to turn the bolt, to loosen it. You don't want to use the air hammer the other way, because then it's going to tighten. It may tighten the bolt. So if you go counterclockwise, there may be a chance of loosening that bolt. So I'm just going to use the air hammer like this to go in a counterclockwise fashion. You don't want to go down. You want to go this way so that in case that the bolt is able to turn. It's very hard to do it, but I'm gonna see if I can expose this bolt. you can see I got the sleeve to turn now. So I believe that the bolt is loosening up. Right now I was able to turn the sleeve with the bolt still inside. I don't know if it looks good, but trying to see what's going on. There's still the leftover bushing is behind there. I have to get this off so I can see on what's happening. I can hear the bolt loose still inside, so I don't know if I'll be able to turn it, but we'll see what happens. Just going to see if I can get this bushing off without damaging anything. I can feel it's loosening up in there. What I'm gonna do, I'm probably going to cut this in half. Cut it in half, and then I may be able to get the rest of the sleeve and the bolt out. Maybe, I don't know. I can see the bolt is loosening up, so I'm probably just going to slice it up in half. You can see here in the back here, you can see the bolt. I see it's turning. You can see all the rust in there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to grind half of this thing down so that I can get the bolt out and free. So I'm probably just going to have to grind it down because I can't really fit a cutoff wheel or anything inside of there. So now I'm cutting the sleeve in half. I believe I already got the bolt loosened up from all the grinding and the heat and the air hammering. So I'm just going to continue grinding this off now. So I managed to move the sleeve back into the original position. I'm just going to continue grinding it down. I believe the bolt is already loosened up from all the grinding and heating up and stuff from grinding the metal down. It's loose a little bit. I'm just going to turn it a little bit more if I'm able to. So I can grind the rest of this down. this is where I'm at now. Just grinding it down some more. You can see it's loose. So I'm just going to grind it down a tiny bit more. See, the bolt is out now. So the bolt is out now. And the sleeve. I should be able to turn this now out. Yeah, I don't know if it's spinning with the nut inside or not, so just trying to see here. So it's spinning with I believe the nut inside, but I'm not 100% sure because that's what it seemed like. So I might have some more issues now with this. So right now I just use an air hammer to knock out the sleeve for the remainder of the piece here. Issue now, I have another problem is that I believe that the nut is the captive nut in the subframe is loose now. So now I have another problem that I need to work my way around because this bolt is not coming out. It's stuck onto the nut that's inside the subframe. And so worst case here is I may have to cut the subframe open in order to put in a new nut or something. So right now I don't have an option here. So either I need to cut out a section here to get access to the captive nut and the bolt from back here because I'm not able to get it out because it's loose and it's spinning inside the subframe. So what I'm going to do here is that there's already an existing hole on where I can see the bolt through here. So I'm going to carefully enlarge this hole just enough so I can get it out, and I'm going to have to end up running a new nut inside here so I'm able to get a wrench inside and to tighten up that bolt once the new control arm is in. You just want to be careful not to make the hole in such a way that it's going to weaken the subframe. So you want to be extremely careful. So just make sure that you're doing it carefully and properly. Otherwise you're going to damage the subframe. So I made a hole here just enough to get the bolt and the nut out with a magnet. It fell inside of here, so I'm just still trying to get it out. Trying to get this straight. Just need to go fishing here. Now it's caught on the nut here, so I need to make the hole just large enough to get this out. So right now I made myself a large enough hole just to get the nut out. I know that some haters are gonna hate, but I don't have an option at this point. So you can either enlarge a hole from the existing hole, or you cut out a square shaped piece, and open it up and take the bolt and the nut out, and then after you install the new control arm, you put the new bolt and the new nut, and then you're able to close the subframe up and re-weld it. But I didn't want to do that. I'm just enlarging the hole, and then later I'll just either paint it or rust proof it, and then that's it. You just gotta open the hole just large enough so you're able to get the nut out, and so that you don't damage anything. So it's almost out here, this nut. I'm trying to get it out still. So now I just made a large enough hole just to barely to get the nut out. And you should be okay after that. Just trying to work the bolt through, trying to get it out. So I know I made a large enough hole here, but not large enough to disturb the spot welds of the subframe itself. So what I ended up doing is, instead of getting it out from here, I got it out from the factory hole that was already on the subframe in the back here. This hole is larger than this one here. So I got it out now, and I have my replacement bolts. I'm just going to leave the hole like this, the way it is. I'm probably going to spray paint it and rust proof it later on. You can also cut out a square piece and bend it open, and then do your thing, and then you can close it up and re-weld it if you want to. I'm just gonna leave this hole here. I don't think is going to affect anything, because it's not on the on the critical area, so it should be fine. I know it's a large hole, but I don't have an option at this point, because I need to be able to get a new nut inside here and a wrench to hold a nut while I install a new control arm. Just giving you guys a better view of all of the destruction here. So this job was a pain in the arse. So you do not want to get involved with all this stuff because it's not very fun and it's really time consuming. So now everything is out. I'm all ready to install a new control arm now. So now the Armageddon and the war is over. I just need to finish up putting in the new control arm and making sure that the new bolts work. I got some new bolts from the Toyota dealership right here. And as you can see on the threads, if you look closely, there's a little bit of the factory thread locker, the red thread locker on here. I'm just gonna make sure I put a lot of grease on the bolt and inside the bushing or sleeve so that it does not seize again, and so I don't have to run into this issue. So I'm going to continue the rest of this job in part 4, and I'm just going to finish everything up. So here are the part numbers for the bolts here. I will try to leave the part numbers in the description. I found out that the Toyota dealership had a bunch of these at the warehouse, so I think they're pretty common. Last but not least, I need to find a new nut that goes on here, and hopefully I'm going to get one that works, and then I think I should be okay. So I'll see you guys in part 4 when I put the rest of the control arm back, and I'm going to buckle everything up. I'm probably going to do the passenger side some other day because this has been already too much work for me, and so I don't have the time to do the passenger side at this present moment, but I will be doing the passenger side in some of the weeks or in the month ahead, and then I'm just going to finish up everything and hopefully go for a wheel alignment after I'm all done.